Hello. In this video, I want to talk a little bit about what it is like to live with activated Kundalini energy. I had my Kundalini awakening 10 years ago. It happened during meditation. I got into meditation because of mental health issues. I suffered from very bad depression and anxiety for all my life almost. And at the end of my 20s, I reached a very dark point. And I just wanted to get better and I wanted to feel better and I didn't want to suffer anymore. And then I started meditation. And then after a half a year or so, I had a Kundalini awakening during meditation. It is very difficult to describe what it is like to live with Kundalini energy. If you're somebody who never had a Kundalini awakening, your whole experience living inside of this body, your whole consciousness kind of changes and it stays that way. So it is very difficult for me to even remember what it felt like before the awakening, what it felt like to be a normal person, what it felt like to be in this body, because I got so used to this new state that I don't even remember what it's like. But I want to try my best to explain to you everything. After my Kundalini awakening, I started to research the topic on the internet, and I think I was really lucky. I did not have any like very extreme symptoms. Some people have bad, very bad symptoms. I think I was very lucky. The only bad thing was that having the dark night of the soul, all the past stuff that came up, having to figure everything out, having to understand everything, doing all this intense research. So, right after my Kundalini awakening, I noticed that um, I had a lot of energetic blockages inside of my body. So, this means after the awakening, the Kundalini starts to move around in the body. It moves on pathways. These are called nadis. I'm going to put a picture into the video. So you have a lot of nadis all around your body. You have your chakra system, it's all connected. And the Kundalini energy started to move around in these nadis. I noticed that the energy wasn't able to flow into every single area of my body. The energy was mostly around my head, all over the body. I had a lot of blockages on the lower part of my body. How I would describe that Kundalini energy feels like it's a very blissful energy. It's like it's like when you are in love. When you are in love, you feel this blissful, nice feeling. You have this blissful, nice energy inside of you. And this is how Kundalini feels like. So, as I said, I had a lot of blockages inside of my body, inside of my etheric body, energy body, because of my history with mental health. So, these blockages, they can be created by mental health issues, but they can also be created by outside things. For example, smoking or eating unhealthy. So it goes both ways. So the first few years I spent trying to find a way to dissolve these blockages, to heal myself. Um, this whole process was very organic. It would guide me through trial and error. So if something worked, I would get a boost in Kundalini energy. I would feel very blissful, and then it would go away. So I followed the things that worked. It was a long process. Following what worked was a very long process. I always think of it like solving a Rubik's Cube. You think you solved it, one side is perfect, but then you turn it around and you see the other side is like totally, it's a mess. So you have to continue to try to solve the Rubik's Cube. So this took me a lot of years, and I was able to remove a lot of blockages, but I had the biggest success after giving birth to my child. Bringing this new pure energy into the world also helped to cleanse my energy, my etheric body, my energy body. So what started to happen, this was a new thing, is that the energy started to move from the tip of my toes up my body. This was new. It never went down to my feet like that. And I'm at a point right now where I also can feel it outside of my body. I can feel the auric field. It used to be like a little bit like that, but now I can feel much more outside of the body, maybe like 20 centimeters or so. So I was able to grow it more after I discovered how to make the energy move outside of the body. So the Kundalini energy now moves inside of the body in the nadis, but also in the nadis that are outside of the body. This picture that I found on the internet is such an amazing representation of how it really looks like. I know all of this sounds a little bit strange, but and if it never had happened to me, I'm not sure if I would even believe it, but it really, this is my real experience. And I heard a lot of other people who experienced the same thing. And I'm always so happy when I find pictures on the internet that describe what's going on so well. Okay, now I want to a little bit talk about the day to day, what it's like. So during the day, I can feel the energy constantly moving. Not that intense, but I feel like it's moving through the nadis. It's bumping still into a few blockages that are still left inside of the chakras because of my history with mental health that created a lot of blockages. And in my 20s, I wasn't really taking care of myself, so there is a lot of stuff that I have to still heal. So I use my technique that I created, that I developed, and also teach. You can find information about it down in the description below. So I use my technique during the day when things pop up, when I get triggered, when something reminds me of something, when a new a memory surfaces that I wasn't looking at earlier. I do my technique, I integrate whatever comes up, and then I just continue whatever I'm doing at that moment. This technique that I'm using is very helpful. I'm very happy about it, and when I started to use this technique, I noticed that I was disassociating so much during the day. Sometimes you didn't even notice that you're disassociating so much. And I used to distract myself a lot. I used to always have to do something to distract myself. Now I don't have to do that anymore. I do things because I want to do them, not because I'm running away from something. During the day I started to do some yoga. Now I was neglecting my physical body a lot because of my depression back then, and I was focused. And after my Kundalini awakening, I was focusing so much on the mind, researching every spiritual topic, reading a lot, watching a lot of videos. So I was very in my mind, and now after I reached like a point where I'm like, okay, now I know enough. Uh, I have to focus more on my physical body because, as I said, it goes both ways. So, if the physical body is damaged, this has also an effect on the energy body. Um, it goes both ways, both influence each other. So, we have to go from the physical to the non-physical, and from the non-physical to the physical. Both influence each other, and we have to take care of both of them. Back then I used to meditate during the day, but I no longer feel that I need to meditate during the day. But what I do is, before I go to sleep, this is the time when you relax the most. So when I'm relaxed the most, then the Kundalini energy starts to go a little bit crazy. It starts to move much stronger. So what's happening is that I have to lay on my stomach usually and stretch out my legs completely because the Kundalini energy is forcing me to stretch my legs out because the energy is so strong. It flows the best when the nadis are straight. So I have to, the Kundalini is forcing me to stretch out my legs. And how it starts every time is that it starts from the tip of my toe. It goes up both of my legs at once. The energy goes, I can feel it outside of my body and inside of my body, a strong, it's like magnetic blissful energy. Imagine the feeling when you are in love. This feeling is how the energy feels like. So the energy goes up above my legs, goes up to my stomach, my chest, my throat, goes up to my head, and then goes back down again. So it's like in a loop. It goes from the bottom up, totally up into the crown, and then back again down. The other thing that started to happen ever since I started to use this new technique, I was able to cleanse a lot of blockages that were behind on the backside of my body. This was kind of the last area that I was able to access. Um, the backside of the chakras. So the chakras have a front side and they also have a backside. And of course, the energy and your aura also flows on the backside. And the backside is always forgotten mostly because we focus so much on things that are in front of us. So I'm able to access the auric field and also the chakras on the backside. The other thing that is also new, the energy started to flow into my arms and hands and fingers. So it's moving into the nadis that are in my hands and also fingers. I also discovered that there are more than 7 chakras. These are the main chakras, but there are also chakra points at each joint. This is where the energy is moving straight through the body. So normally the energy moves on the nadis like up, like in this direction, up or down. So it's like an up and down movement. But at the chakra points, the energy can go straight through the body. From the front, it goes straight to the back. And this is also what is happening in the additional chakra points at the joints. The energy is also stronger when I'm in nature, for example, or when I'm around people that are having a good time, people that are happy. This energy, then I get an energy boost. Um, I remember in the beginning, many years ago, 10 years ago, when the Kundalini first awakened, I used to go and hug trees because I could feel this energy coming from the trees. It was very nice. So it's always this magnetic, blissful, pure energy. So then after I fall asleep, I usually try to astral project on the weekends, but I sometimes also try to do it during the week. I'm having a lot of lucid dreams. Every time I get lucid in the dream, I convert it into an astral projection. So the moment I realize it is a dream, I'm remembering my body. I'm focusing on my body in the sleeping in the bed. This triggers an astral projection. This makes the dream dissolve completely. I'm back in the physical body. The body vibrates, and then I can astral project. I have much more successful astral projection attempts and much more spontaneous lucid dreaming experiences ever since I was able to let in more Kundalini energy to cleanse my energetic system, cleanse my chakras, get my energy up. Um, Ever since that happened, it is much easier for me to have these spiritual experiences, which is awesome. So right now, this is how far I was able to come. Um, I still have some blockages. There are still some areas of my body that feel tense, especially after pregnancy. There's some parts of my body that I need to take care of. I'm very, very excited and I'm very curious to see what is going to happen once I'm able to dissolve all the blockages and to get my body to a place I'm where it feels very healthy. I'm very excited to see what's going to happen, also to see how far I can go out of body. Right now, something that I'm a little bit struggling with are dreams. I started to not really like dreams. I'm not I don't have nightmares. I don't have nightmares, but I kind of don't like that I'm not aware. if this makes any sense. I'm not really a control freak or something, but I feel like I wish so, or my goal is to bring a little bit more awareness into that part of my life, into the dream aspect, have more lucid dreams. I'm not really trying to have lucid dreams. I'm not doing reality checks or something like that. It just happens sometimes. But maybe I should try to get more into lucid dreaming. Okay, yeah, that's it. If you had a Kundalini awakening, I would love to hear your experience in the comments below. I think other people would care about it too. Thank you so much for watching, and see you in the next one. Goodbye.